Hey guys, and welcome back to another video for those watching on YouTube as well as those listening along on Spotify podcast. This is a team update video 2.0 for BBL SuperCoach, and also I think it's just gonna run a little bit alongside how my team has sort of developed in recent news with what we're calling a lot of the content creators are calling the side strain summer. We've had about 4 or 5 of them. We've had some internationals played, so some players are sort of showing their form, I guess, as well as we just had the test squad named, and I actually need to think about a way around this, given that Inglis is probably not going to be available, so it's probably going to mean that we need another Perth keeper. So let me just quickly figure out who the Perth keeper is actually going to be. It's probably going to be Matthew Hurst, now thinking about it, so we'll see that. And let me just check who is Matthew Hurst. He's a 20-year-old Lancashire keeper, so this could be where the value is potentially found if you want to go him. But then also they have the double on the same time as Adelaide. Adelaide keepers are Carey and Nielsen, so you probably don't want to go there. So you probably almost open yourself up to going potentially even straight to a round 3 double in sixes potentially, or something like that, or the Heat Jimmy Pearson, given the injury to who was it now? Oh, sorry, Mick Sweeney being picked in the test squad alongside Inglis could actually have impact. So I want to hear more about that in terms of if. Especially because if Inglis is selected to open, then you can chuck him out of your BBL plans. But anyway, let's just go into this, show it up on screen so that you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So when I was in that intro, I was quickly flicking here to the players tab and filtering it for Perth and then wicket keepers, and you saw that's how I got to Hurst. And I did a quick little Google search of him, 20-year-old keeper from, did I say Lancashire? I'd have to look at the stats more broadly, but let's actually just let's Matthew Hurst, BBL availability. Let's see. Available all of BBL 14. This could be an interesting one, and I will put it in the the content creators group chat just to see how the feels of all the other boys are about him, because he at 117k. What is that per the magic number roughly? 117.5 divided by 2.95 or so. It's average about 39. Can he average 39? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, he could be a good one on the double to potentially just go for. If you don't want to go Seifert. But then, yeah, so that could be an interesting one of how are you going to get to a keeper in round 2, because you don't want to have, you don't really want to have the likes of a, like Sam Harper in singles. You don't want that risk. So you want someone that's more, but do you really want to risk an international player? Or do you just want to have like a Philippi or something like that? Just a normal good keeper, quality keeper in there. Because Duckett's returning in round 3, is there by round 3, I think. Wade, McDermott don't have doubles early. Allsop could be an interesting one as well if you wanted to go cheaper there, because he's going to, well, he might not even keep now. Jimmy Pearson could also be an interesting one. Cam Bancroft, a keeper there, could be interesting. But yeah, you're just looking at this going, you probably have to choose between Philippi, Hurst, or Pearson, I would think. Is probably, if you aren't going to go Seifert in the first game of the, start in the first week of it. So anyway, here is the side. Currently, you'll see there is no Will Sutherland, and there is actually, you wouldn't have seen, but for about a week and a half, especially during the Matt Short not to start or not to start, I actually didn't have Matt Short on the side, and it was mostly to fill out this bench to a certain degree. And with Philippi on here, you'll see that I'll be able to actually fill it out a little bit more. And I was looking through the stats last night. Hamish McKenzie actually took 7 wickets and had 40 odd with the bat in the club game on the weekend in his Perth club game. I don't remember exactly which club he plays for, but he did pretty well there, as well as Andrew Ty as well, who did really well. So they're in form. Yeah, so Will Sutherland, side strain, he's out at the moment. Potentially could come back in, but if he doesn't get fit, it probably means that Fergus O'Neill gets an even better role, which should be really good. And I just really think he's value there, as I think Fergus O'Neill is better than Gurinder Sandhu, who I think that'll be the last slot up for grabs, and I think that he'll get it. And we also have Buckingham, who's currently injured, but I think he recovers in time. Much like I think Sutherland will recover, but I also think that Sutherland has had these massive, has had injury scares in the past throughout the BBL, so he might take a little bit lighter of a bowling load, whereas Buckingham I think will be fine in the long run. So yeah, I think that Buckingham for 39.5k should still be a viable option. And yeah, so Sutherland not currently in the side and replaced with Jack Edwards, helping me to get to the towards the round 3 double for the Sixers. I did actually also replace Abbott with Richardson. You'll see that in one of my other team updates. It would have been on probably Twitter at the time. I had both. Well, originally I would have had Abbott and Richardson, but then I went to Richardson down to O'Neill, and then went O'Neill to why is that doing that? Anyway, and then it did O'Neill up to Sutherland up to Edwards, or Sutherland up to I have Webster there actually. So yeah, it's sort of almost come back exactly to the what I had originally in the team reveal 1, because I had Sutherland here instead of Edwards. I would have had some cheapies, cheap guys here anyway, and then I would have probably had I had Paris and Mackenzie here anyway. So I think this is a really good structure anyway. At the moment, you've got what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Melbourne Stars. So a lot of Melbourne Stars guys, but they do have the 2 early doubles without the bye there. So we know that they have that really. And what was their situation in round 4? Do they play in round 4? They still do play in round 4. In round 3, they have the double, as we said. So you don't have any struggle getting them out, because their bye week is in round, what are we saying? Round 8, is it? Is it round 8 that they have a bye? Yeah, round 8 they have the bye. So you can slowly feed these guys out as they make cash. And the main reason why Short is in this side actually right now, and I'll flick back over to this, is because, and England's about to win, is because of Jamie Overton. He actually provided, 2 catches and then also a wicket here. Where's the wicket here? You can see Poran, he got Poran, and 1 for 27 with a wide, 8 dot balls, so that's 7 points there, plus the wicket, 27, plus the 2 catches, 47, you can see it there. So he wouldn't have got an economy rate bonus, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, he's done his job, and there's that, and he won't add anything with the bat. As you see, Bethel's actually had a really good game for him. But yeah, 47 for Jamie Overton is pretty good. He seems like he's returning, and that's why I've started to say having Short is a must, because you are going to really struggle to probably generate somewhere close to 650,000, I would say, roughly, if you take into account to try and get Short and Overton by the round 2, for the round 2 double that they have, because I say 650 because you've got Short at 304, Overton at 207, that is 511. Then you probably want 2 competent players, or at least playing players. So that's roughly probably 70k each at least if you want cash generators, like the Billy Stanlakes or something like that. Say he's generating cash and there's 65k, and then you need another 75k option per se. So then you need a good 650, probably even 700k. How do you get that from 4 options? Webster times 4 is what? 656 or something like that. Times 4, 658.8. If you did Webster's 164.7k times by 4, which would be including the bash boost, that would just get you to 658.8, which then if you take Short's 304.4 off, and then you take also Overton's 207.7 minus 207.7, it would leave you with 146k spare to get 2 players. Now, if we look at this from the sense of, okay, we're going to try and get Jamie Overton, and the problem is for me, I don't know exactly where I'm going to get Jamie Overton from at the moment. It's probably going to be, I would think, maybe choosing one out of Bo Webster and Curran. The good thing is now that we know Bo Webster is there and available, it should be good for him to be able to, So I may also just leave some cash in the bank because I may just go down from English to say Hurst or something. If we just go Hurst here, there you go. That would leave me 26.5k, and 26.5k plus potentially Fergus O'Neill, Kane Richardson, and say like maybe I even go a cheap option or a more expensive bowler in this option here. Maybe I try and go something like this here. Is there like maybe if I try and go Abbott here, that will leave me 36k, so I can't even do that. So I was just trying to like sort of stockpile the cash into one option rather than two, but that is not really possible. But anyway, there we go, that's fine. So now I have 26.5k spare, and I've got I would suspect I'm going to use the boost in the first in between rounds 1 and 2, just to generate a lot of cash generating options, especially on the bench. But I basically need probably to have about 400k generated out of 26k on the bench here, plus also out of probably Fergus O'Neill, Richardson and Paris, and maybe Mackenzie, or maybe do I go Webster to supplement that or something like that. And that would probably leave me 26.5 plus 107.5 plus 97.9 plus, say we went Joel Paris 72.2 plus Mackenzie 69.4. That stuffed it up, but anyway, 26.5 plus 107.5 plus 97.9 plus 42.2 plus 30 plus 69.4, and that would give me 373.5. So I'd need to probably generate, if Overton hits his break even of 69, but if he doesn't hit his break even, if he goes down, if he doesn't hit it by 20 odd, he's probably going to go down to like 200k, and that starts to make it even sort of feasible for me to be able to get cash generators in, whilst also getting Jamie Overton in for the bowler slot here. And then you start to see, if you look at it like that, that I've got Richardson, Zampa, who I'm probably going to keep throughout the tournament, I would say almost. Richardson, Zampa, and then Overton there. So I'd have 3 there, plus also 1, 2. I'd already have 8 of my like 12 already sorted to a certain extent, and Thornton could be another one. So that could already be 9 of the 12 already sorted. And then Hurst will be just an easy flip to maybe even just a Philippe, or even starting a Philippe, something like that. So that could be even up to 10 of the 12, and then just hunting cash gen through Harvey, Salzman, Buckingham, and all these other guys to get to the 12 starters, because there's not many other guys that you really want other than probably getting onto Abbott early, who will have 2 games to really generate cash, which is probably one of the big worries with this side. So I'll talk to others about this, but yeah, this is sort of how I'm looking at it at the moment, because getting Overton is the task now, given he's probably going to bat 7, I would suspect, for Adelaide. Bat 7, bowlers 4, which, yeah, he'll probably score 150, I would think, in the 2 game, in the double in round 2, and you just need the points there, as well as maybe even saving enough cash just to get Fabian Allen, who looks all right as well, who could bat probably 8 and bowl 4 overs. So yeah, you've got those 2 there as well that you probably want to grab. So I may need to maybe even putting Jack Edwards to like a Renegades guy, maybe even putting Jack Edwards back to like a Will Sutherland, and trading out of Will Sutherland, O'Neill and Richardson, as well as like a Paris, which would give me an extra 70k to get Overton and Allen in. So that's just sort of the thinking at the moment, but it does require a little bit of cash generation to start. But anyway, that is the thought process to start the season. If you did enjoy it, remember to like and subscribe on YouTube, turn the notification bell, and if you're on Spotify, give me a follow, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.